Rust looks like a paint problem, but that is not where the real damage starts. The more I studied Japanese car care habits, the clearer it became. They don't wait for bubbles on the body. They protect the underside first. Salt, moisture, seams, drain holes, and hidden cavities all get handled before corrosion ever gets a clean shot. Method number 11. The road comes first. The first thing that stood out to me about the Japanese approach is that they don't begin by asking, "What should we spray under the car?" They ask a better question. Why let the enemy reach the metal in the first place? That enemy is salt. Once salt mixes with water, it turns road slush into an electrolyte. That speeds up corrosion on the parts sitting closest to the road. Brake lines, suspension arms, subframes, frame rails, and exhaust sections. That is why rust usually attacks from the bottom up, not the top down. In snowy parts of Japan, I found a different mindset. Some regions use shosetsu, or snow-melting road systems. Underground pipes carry warmer groundwater to sprinklers built into the road surface. During snowfall, they spray water across the asphalt and melt snow without relying only on heavy road salt. These systems have been used in snowy Japanese regions for decades. With groundwater-based road snow-melting systems developed in 1961 and becoming common in snowy areas, now Japan still uses desing chemicals in some cold mountain and highway areas. So this is not some fairy tale version where Japanese roads never see salt. But the lesson is clear. They think about exposure first. In places like Niigata, you can actually see how seriously they take road-level snow control. The road itself becomes part of the rust prevention system. That changed how I look at rust. It is not just a car problem, it is an environment problem. Once the road has had its chance to attack, the next question becomes simple. Which part of the car takes the beating first? Method number 10. The part most drivers forget. When I looked at how Japanese workshops approach rust, one thing became obvious fast. They don't begin with the hood. They don't obsess over the shine. They look underneath. That is the part most drivers forget. The undercarriage takes the first beating, but it usually gets the least attention. In America, a car can look spotless from the side, while the brake lines, subframe, suspension mounts, exhaust brackets, and frame seams are quietly getting eaten alive underneath. AAA has warned that road salt can weaken structural parts, brake lines, and suspension systems, which is why this kind of damage is so dangerous. It stays hidden until the repair bill gets ugly. In Japan, I noticed a different mentality. The undercarriage is not treated like dirty metal nobody sees. It is treated like the car's foundation. That connects directly to Shaken, Japan's compulsory inspection system. It is not just a quick glance at lights and emissions. The inspection includes the undercarriage, suspension parts, and rust checks. And vehicles that do not meet safety requirements must be repaired before they pass. That changes owner behavior. If you know the underside will be checked, you don't wait until a brake line flakes apart. You wash earlier. You inspect earlier. You protect earlier. That is the Japanese difference. They understand that rust does not need to be visible to be serious. The car's paint can still look young while the structure underneath is aging fast. That is where the next lesson begins. Because in Japan, the fight against rust starts long before the first owner ever sees the keys. Method number 9. Before the first mile. The deeper I looked into the Japanese way of fighting rust, the more I realized something important. They don't wait for the first winter. Before the car ever reaches the owner, the fight has already started at the factory. That is a very different mindset from the one most drivers have, where rust prevention begins only after the underside starts looking brown. Japanese automakers build protection into the metal itself. Many body panels use zinc-coated steel, especially in rust-prone areas like doors, rocker panels, fenders, and lower body sections. Zinc matters because it acts like a sacrificial shield. If moisture reaches the surface, the zinc takes the attack before the steel does. Then comes one of the most important steps, e-coating. The entire car body is dipped into an electro-deposition bath, not just sprayed from the outside. Nippon Paint explains that this process forms a rust prevention coating on both the outer surface and complicated internal structures of the auto body. That means the protection reaches places normal paint cannot easily touch, inside seams, box sections, and hidden corners. After that, more layers come in. Seam sealer, primer, base coat, Clear coat. Each layer has a job. So when I talk about the Japanese method, this is why I don't see it as one spray or one trick. It starts before the first mile, before the first owner, before the first stone chip. And if you're finding value in this breakdown, hit like and subscribe. But factory protection is only half the story, because some parts underneath are built differently from the start. Method number 8. The hidden material advantage. Rust protection is not always something you spray on later. That is one thing the Japanese approach makes clear. The undercarriage is a collection of parts that all face different kinds of punishment. The exhaust deals with heat, water, and road grime. The brake lines get sprayed every time the tires cut through wet roads. The fuel lines sit low, where salt and moisture can collect. The fuel tank sits in one of the harshest areas under the vehicle. So Japanese engineers reduce the risk before the car ever reaches the road. You will often see stainless steel exhaust sections, plated brake and fuel lines, plastic fuel tanks, and better protected brackets in areas where corrosion usually starts. Those choices do not make the car look more exciting in a showroom. Most buyers never even notice them. But 10 years later, they matter, because rust usually wins through weak points: a cheap line, an exposed bracket, a seam that holds moisture, a fuel tank strap that never gets washed. One small part fails, and suddenly, the car is not just rusty, it is unsafe. That is the quiet advantage. The Japanese method is not only about adding protection, it is about removing easy targets. So when I look underneath a car now, I don't just ask, is it coated? I ask, which parts were built to survive down here? The question matters because the next mistake looks strong at first glance, until it starts hiding the very thing it was supposed to stop. Method number 7, the coating that looks too perfect. One thing Japanese mechanics are careful about is thick rubberized undercoating. At first glance, it looks impressive. The entire underside turns black and clean, almost like the car has been sealed in armor. That is why many drivers trust it immediately. The problem starts later. The underside of a car is constantly moving. The frame flexes. Suspension parts vibrate. Gravel and road debris hit the coating every day. Over time, a hard rubberized layer can dry out, crack, or get chipped. That is when water and salt become dangerous. Moisture can sneak behind the coating and get trapped directly against the steel. Since the thick layer hides the metal underneath, rust can spread quietly without the owner seeing it. The undercarriage may still look protected, while corrosion is already eating through the frame from behind the coating. That is why the Japanese approach is more cautious. Before any protection is applied, the underside is cleaned, dried, and inspected properly. Drain holes are kept open. Existing rust is treated first, and many Japanese-style protection methods avoid hard shells that can trap moisture underneath. That is the key lesson. Rust protection is not about making the underside look sealed forever. It is about preventing water and salt from sitting against the metal in the first place. That leads directly into the next Japanese method: protection that stays soft and keeps moving into hidden areas. Method number 6, the protection that moves. Good rust protection should not behave like paint. Paint sits still. Hard coatings sit still. The underside of a car does not. It flexes, vibrates, gets blasted by gravel, and gets soaked every time the tires throw water backward. That is why the Japanese approach favors protection that can move. Instead of relying on thick coatings that harden into a shell, Japanese-style rust prevention often uses oil-based films, lanolin coatings, and waxy inhibitors that creep into tight spaces. They do not just protect flat surfaces. They work into seams, folds, brackets, pinch welds, bolt heads, and the tiny overlaps where moisture likes to hide. That creeping action matters because rust rarely starts in the middle of a clean panel. It usually begins where water sits and salt collects between pieces of metal. And here is the clever part. If road debris scratches a soft coating, it does not fail like a rigid one. The film can slowly flow back over the exposed area and keep moisture away from the steel. That is why this method feels more realistic. It accepts that the underside lives in a brutal environment and needs protection that can keep adapting. And speaking of small things that quietly save a car, there's a simple $2 habit that can stop your car from dying slowly without you realizing it. This moving protection still cannot reach one critical area hidden inside the car's structure. Method number 5, the rust you can't spray from outside. Some rust doesn't start under the car. It starts inside the car's bones. That is the part most drivers miss. The underside is not just exposed metal you can see from a lift. A lot of the real structure is hollow. Frame rails, rocker panels, door bottoms, cross members, box sections. These areas may look solid outside while moisture quietly sits inside for years. That is where the Japanese approach gets smarter. They do not assume an outside spray can protect everything, because it can't. You can coat the visible frame and suspension, but if condensation, dirt, or salty water sits inside a rocker panel, rust is already spreading from the hidden side. This is why cavity wax matters. Japanese-style rust prevention pushes wax-based protection deep into hollow areas using long wands inserted through factory holes. As the wand is pulled back, the wax coats the inner walls and leaves behind a protective film before moisture takes over. Many drivers protect the outside and forget the inside. Years later, the rocker bubbles, the door swells, and the frame weakens from within. The Japanese mindset is simple. If water can reach it, protection must reach it too. Hidden protection only works when the underside stays clean underneath. Method number 4, the wash that actually matters. A shiny hood can make a neglected car look loved. That is why washing can be misleading. Most drivers clean what they can see: the doors, the windshield, the wheels, the paint. But Japanese-style maintenance pays much closer attention to the part catching the worst abuse, the underside. That is where the real wash matters. Road salt does not politely sit on the bumper. It gets thrown into the suspension, brake lines, subframe, exhaust, fuel lines, wheel wells, and seams. Once it mixes with water, it becomes the kind of salty film that keeps attacking the metal long after the road looks dry. This is why the Japanese approach treats undercarriage washing as maintenance, not vanity. The goal is not to make the car look clean for photos. The goal is to remove the corrosive material before it settles into the areas that never dry properly. Toyota's own owner guidance has advised washing the underside at least monthly in winter, especially after driving on treated roads or near the ocean. That lines up with the Japanese mindset. Don't wait for rust to show itself. Rinse away the conditions that create it. In harsh winter areas, the parts most at risk include the exhaust, coil springs, subframe, fuel lines, and brake system. Regular underbody cleaning helps remove the salt and debris that collect around those safety parts. That is the part many drivers miss. A clean body can still hide a dirty, salt-packed underside. So the Japanese lesson is simple. Wash where rust starts, not just where the car shines, but washing only removes today's attack. The next Japanese habit is about making sure protection is still there when tomorrow's road spray arrives. Method number 3, the once-a-year rule. The Japanese way of fighting rust has one habit most drivers underestimate. They don't treat undercarriage protection like a permanent tattoo. They treat it like oil, filters, or brake fluid. It has a service life. That matters because the underside of a car lives a rough life. Road grit scrapes it. Water washes over it, heat dries it out, winter salt weakens it. Even a good protective film slowly thins, moves, or gets stripped from the areas that get hit the hardest. This is where many American drivers get caught. They pay once for rust protection, then never think about it again. 5 years later, they assume the car is still protected because nobody told them the layer has worn away. Japanese-style maintenance is more honest than that. The coating is checked, the weak spots are touched up, the seams are looked at again. The wheel wells, frame rails, brackets, brake lines, and rocker areas get another pass before the next harsh season. That same idea shows up in modern rust-proofing services too. Crown describes its vehicle rust-proofing as an annual service with a formula designed to penetrate deep and keep protecting hidden areas. RustCheck also warns that no rust-proofing product lasts forever and says annual applications help maintain continuous protection as oil-based protection disperses over time. That is the real once-a-year rule. Don't wait for rust to announce itself. Refresh the protection before the underside starts losing coverage. Because the best rust plan is not the one that looks good once, it is the one that is still working next winter. That yearly refresh becomes even more powerful when it starts with one inspection most cars never get. An underside check Japanese maintenance culture takes very seriously. Method number 2, the inspection most cars never get. A car can hide rust better than almost any other problem. A bad tire shows itself. A weak battery complains. Even worn brakes usually make noise. Rust is different. It can sit under the car for years, quietly thinning brake lines, eating suspension mounts, and weakening frame seams while the paint still looks clean. This is where the Japanese approach gets serious. In Japan, vehicle inspection is not treated like a quick sticker on the windshield. Their shaken system is a compulsory roadworthiness inspection, usually required every 2 years after the first inspection cycle. It is meant to confirm the vehicle is properly maintained and safe to drive. The part that matters for this video is the underside. Shaken-related inspections include checks underneath the vehicle for corrosion, leaks, loose parts, suspension wear, and other safety issues. That changes the way people maintain cars. If you know someone is going to look underneath, you stop treating rust like a cosmetic problem. You start checking brake lines before they crumble. You inspect fuel lines before they flake. You notice rust around suspension mounts before the repair becomes painful. That is the difference. In many places, the undercarriage is ignored until a mechanic spots damage during another repair. In the Japanese mindset, the underside gets inspected before it becomes a crisis. And this is why clean Japanese cars are not just lucky. They are part of a culture that keeps checking the places most drivers never see. Now, all these habits lead to the final lesson. Japan is not trusting one miracle product. It is stacking every layer into one system. Method number 1, the system, not the spray. The biggest lesson from the Japanese approach is simple. They don't look for one miracle product. They build a system. That is where many drivers go wrong. They ask, what spray stops rust? Japan asks a better question. Where will moisture, salt, and oxygen reach the metal first? That one question changes the whole strategy. Before the first mile, the body is already protected through factory processes like e-coating, where the whole vehicle body is dipped so corrosion protection reaches complicated internal structures, not just the visible surface. Then the underside gets treated like a survival zone. Salt is washed off. Mud is cleared out of wheel wells. Drainage points are kept open. Hollow cavities are protected from the inside. Soft coatings are refreshed instead of trusted forever. And Japan's inspection culture supports that mindset. Shaken is not just about keeping unsafe cars off the road. It pushes owners to keep vehicles properly maintained, with regular checks required after the first cycle. That matters because rust is easiest to stop when it is still small, quiet, and hidden. That is the difference. Many Americans fight rust after it becomes visible. The Japanese method attacks the conditions that allow rust to begin. So the real takeaway is not buy this one coating. It is this: protect early, wash underneath, inspect often, refresh the barrier, and never let moisture sit where metal cannot breathe. Because rust does not destroy a car in one day. It wins when the owner treats the underside like an afterthought. And that is exactly what the Japanese system refuses to do. Rust does not beat a car overnight. It wins when small warning signs get ignored. Follow the Japanese way, protect early, wash underneath, and inspect often. And before you go, watch our next video. This trick fixes 99% of car problems in 2 minutes.